Good morning. So how do I know if I'm progressing? How do I know if I'm getting fitter? That was a question that we had this week's Q&A earlier in the week. So I wanted to touch on this. Good morning. If you're coming in, by the way, give me a hello. If you're on replay, drop a replay. So there are many ways to track your progress with fitness, because fitness is a broad term, right? Is that how easy it is to get up and down from the floor? Is that running a 5K, a 10K? Is it walking a certain distance? Is it how many push-ups you can do? Is it how long you can hold a squat for? There's so many ways. And I guess this comes back down to what's your ultimate goal, number one right now. Two, what are your kind of workout styles like? What do you want to be able to do? What's your joint health like? What's your injuries like? Are you quite cautious of certain exercise because of the injury risk? And is the injury risk worth the reward? There's all these elements here. But you might notice things like getting up and down from the floor. We mention it, we hear a lot. Putting your socks on gets a lot easier. Balancing on one leg, don't have to sit down, don't have to X, Y, Z. I can play with the grandchildren more easily. All of these great things. But one way to kind of quantify it, because it is it's difficult to quantify, isn't it? Especially because, like, if you think about like running and stuff like that, there's a lot of variables in there. It could be you're tired one day, you had a bit of an off day. And that can apply to anything, but still, it could be the weather could have impacted your run. And you could say similar with walking. If you walk too much, then maybe, or run too much, maybe your knee starts to niggle, your ankle starts to niggle, maybe that impacted it. I could go on all day. And then you go for strength work. Is your real goal to get stronger? Okay, how much are you lifting? How much weight are you lifting? How much are you pressing? How many times do you do it? What's the best measure? And again, these are all variables that are important to consider. So one thing that we do that I think is a good thing that you can apply anywhere, no matter where you're at on the scale of super fit to not exercising ages, but worried about getting started again, is the benchmark session. 4 exercises that if you're getting stronger at, no matter what, will have a big difference on things like bone density, things like strength, things like fitness, things like heart health, because it will get your heart high. There's a mixture of like muscular endurance, and for some people it will be erring on the strength element with the push-up side of things. You can push it how you want with weight added. And this is these 4 exercises. So number one, the great thing about this is you set the timer to just 2 minutes. 2 minutes done. And this makes it really doable for you to track your progress. So number one is push-ups. So as many push-ups as you can do in 2 minutes. Okay. Now these push-ups could be just simply against the wall. So like so, here, I make sure, chest over the hands, I come down, 3, 2, 1, little stretch. Push at top, squeeze the back of the arm. 3, 2, 1, little stretch. Push at top, squeeze the back of the arm. It could be on the floor, it could be on your knees. Wherever it is, use that as a bit of a benchmark to start. And what I would say is, just make sure your elbows are quite tucked in, stretch down, push it out. Number 2 is the squat. So as many squats as you can do in 2 minutes. Again, you want to keep that form. Now, again, if this hurts your knees, you could then go into hip thrusts instead. And by the way, if you want to have a look at a benchmark session, just comment with benchmark, and I'll send that over to you so you can have a little look at how we can adapt this for you. So squats, as always, making sure the bum back, the knees are soft. And again, if you want me to send you the full workout of this, to where we break down the form more, like a lot better, more in control. So heels in, knees soft, bum back, making sure our chest is high, we're head by the ceiling, dig those heels in, driving up, keep the knees soft, so tension on the muscle, not the joints. Remember, we want to be inefficient with our lifts, because if we're inefficient with the way we move in the workout, that makes tomorrow easier. We're going to get more on the muscle. We're going to make it a little bit harder on the muscle, not the joint, so that tomorrow our muscles are feeding it. Tomorrow our muscles are stronger, we're fitter, everyday tasks get easier. Morning, Karen. Rather than too much emphasis on the joints. That's what I'm saying. Number 3, number 4, the ski sit, which I've talked about a lot. Sitting against the wall, ski sitting, great for blood pressure, recently come out. Great for thighs, glutes, legs, biggest muscles in the body, so you're burning more calories, which is great. And then finally, the plank. So with the plank, I went blank then. With the plank, great one again, you can do it on the wall, coming down to the floor. And again, if you want me to send you the workout of that, so you can have a look at that, just comment below with benchmark and I can show that to you there. But there are 4 exercises that are just so easy. You could pick one throughout the day. Let's say you've got a few minutes. Note it down. How did you do? How did you score? But a good thing to do is to do your training, measure that like on a monthly basis. If you're doing types of training that a borderline, bit of strength work, bit of walking more, movement more, just in general. It's a good measure to have a look at how you're doing. So I hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. And like I said, if you want to see that benchmark workout, just comment with a benchmark. I can send that over to you and we shall go from there. Have an awesome Friday and I'll see you soon.